see how we go with that.
Yeah.
We still can step over if we need to.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to go too
That's it, that's it. We're already at the paces too.
See, I'm thinking attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if I just stay in this range, can I get around something?
Yeah.
But even then, I'm looking at that going, can I roll? Can I? Even if it's, yeah, just see how close you can get with just the defense. Yeah, that's good. Doing the rolling blocks. Yes. Yeah, nice. But you get in the right range now.
Yeah.
And you got the opportunity, you can do definitive counters, you can get the control position on the wrist or the tricep. You could drop back to Largo, play with tempo, so lots of options because you know all ranges. So be careful with someone doing something like that.
Even then.
Yeah, see, having said
Yeah.
done that.
But the first one I did a spine backwards.
Oh yeah, once again.
I did that, stepped out, and there was no comeback. And the second time I did one, I just stayed and went on my hand.
Once again, the feet need to be tied to it, but we're so used to doing a backwards one and keeps resetting or going back to like Umpagadas and Largos, which means you can navigate into the corner.
Yeah.
So I still want that hip change with it, but once again, I have to step with it. And yeah, interesting. Same with the rolling blocks. For ages we were doing on the spot, and we weren't getting any closer. But now if you do an attack at me, I know, dive forward. And even if I don't get to the tricep, and then the next one comes, I'm just coming in again. Then I can force down, fill it, feed through, get all that. You need everything else if you need it. Number 4, washing the hands as well.
Yeah. So it's taking defense, but forward.
Yeah. If you can get to that control position, then you can do any of the other options. But it's all forward defense. Defensive mindset. If they're not going for it or not doing any attacks, I will do opening forward. But this is very selective, and I'm still going to defense off it. Yeah. Even then, I should be going around here. Why not doing that? I should be dropping one of this. Yeah, got all the control again, and I'm going to win. Yeah. If I extend for offense, that's your opportunity. Yeah. I am occasionally still just doing.
Yeah, you got to put one.
Exactly. Can I perfectly play something?
Yeah.
And then it also gives you opportunity to try stuff. And still separating my hands too much. Yeah. Maybe when I've done this, I should just go off and roll. I've gone here and tried to allow me to play well. I did too much La Granada, like scoop, where I need to keep. I need to go to Josh now still.
I held on to that when vertical.
I know, even though you turn the corner, I tried to clean and scoop it, but you're still so much strength with the ring. Yeah.
And then I should have continued on what you were doing.
But once again, that scoop to me, even like it's offense. We're scooping simultaneously and doing defense, we're doing offense at the same time. And the other one's just a rolling block or pin. I'm not actually going for any attack, I'm just trying to control. Yeah. Same as jiu-jitsu. Get the position before submission. We want control before the kill. Yeah.
I was trying to come under, but I just got caught.
Probably still extended too much and got my tendon a little.
Yeah, my plan was to go that way, but you were already over.
I've tried to force down, but you've almost framed with this arm to stop me getting to this.
But I was then trying to come under. But
at that point, I was trying to force the control too much there. I should have gone onto your blade, like a lock. If I like scoop that through, could re-enter.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to pump yours further up so I could come under.
Yeah. If I'm here like this, You can just even bump me that way a little bit.
Yeah.
And stand me. And then you can
start doing my stuff.
That's it, that's it. It's more of a balance, it's still in the feet a bit.
Yeah, I was caught like that, and I wanted to go that
way. A
way.
bit more planted, and I did a bit more arms, which I had to do a bit more in the feet.
Yeah.
But that's very normal. Martial arts is a lot of footwork.
Yeah.
Very precious. Back. Still mixing everything.
Yeah.
Actually, you were asking before about if when you felt pinned here, if you do the roof block.
Yeah.
And is that the situation you're saying with Hunter, where it feels like he's just clamping down on you?
Yeah, I had that. It was more like this.
Yeah. See, here I try to pass my head under my hands. I know that if you try to bring your hands over your head, it won't work because they're heavy. But can you duck your head lower? Like, it sounds weird, but it's almost like the Muay Thai thing of can I get my arm? You have to lunge, you get your legs under you.
Yeah.
So if you have to like, see how you like keep in this? You have to duck. It's almost like trying to get
Yeah,
exactly. Trying to get the whole body underneath it like this. And at the moment you're behind it.
Yeah.
Like try it again. And then even here, move, step in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you're trying to push this back pass it over your head. Yeah, that's already better.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, that's fair. Otherwise, the other side of it is, can you just turn the spine? Like, turn it to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you're going to have to make sure that you get in front.
Yeah, around it. So if I move
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one might be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. From that, I wouldn't actually go for the throat. If you get it, great, but I actually would rather just drop on the weapon arm and go and get in control, because then off that you can feel it, disarm or whatever. Yeah. Do you want to do one more of that? Because it's interesting.
Stuff
So,
like that.
yeah, so that might be easier than trying to do the duck one. I think that if you go lower and it gets like multiple counters, it's safer to be lower in the subsequence. But if you can just get a quick turn in, that might be better.
I couldn't move my back foot at that time. I could because the hand movements.
That's it. I think those two options, and with one, if the pressure's stopping you from doing one, usually the opposite is available. There's times I've gone to move it and I can't do the spine, but then I can pass this over. And when I can't pass that over, I can do the spine. It's like alternate.
Right.
Yeah. I'd still try to do the forearm bump first, but I'm assuming that you tried that and realised you're pinned.
Yeah, it was locked.
Yeah.
Just for a second, I thought, oh,
yeah,
that's weird.
That's it.
It was like a feature on stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Then you realise you're thinking for a beat, you start to panic. I gotta step more. I'm doing too much forward pressure because I want the entry.
Yeah.
It's all set up from backwards movement. I'm shoving you too much.
So that's nothing. It's a lot more open.
Yeah, that's better. I just realised you lined something up, and I'm going, you hadn't thrown it yet, but I was already going bang, bang. That's what I was saying about Ray was telling us that we're showing the defense too early.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, oh, I can go down.
Before you've thrown the attack or stepped, or before I've stepped, I've already moved off the line and shown you what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're going to line that up, I need to hold it there.
Yeah,
And then as you go, then I can.
yeah, I'm way more committed
If I
to
hold
that.
it back, you'll commit, and then I can actually get you.
Yeah.
So I gotta wander around a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more open. So I want to bring it back to my hand.
Yeah.
So I can do a strong defense or a seat assist if needed.
Yeah, so that's holding back, but it's,
Yeah. But I don't think I got you properly there.
oh,
Maybe
I felt
maybe a
something.
little. Oh, actually, you got a little yellow. Yeah. But,
yeah. I think I waited too long.
Ah, yeah.
Flash, flash.
And if you're not sure, I'll do the exiting flashes.
Yeah.
Right, I will flash, but I'm going to go out of range again. And it's when I know that I've got the timing a bit better, I'll flash, but then I'll go forward. Yeah. So I'll be here, I'm going to go bang like that, and I'm like, whoa, because I'm getting used to the chasing and the tracking.
Exiting, yeah.
Set the pattern and change.
Yeah. It's back to you, so I thought, oh, yeah, keep going.
You know what, actually? As I did it, I was like, if you keep the time circle of me here, I'm going to get stopped. Because I was just thinking, I've chased it a little too long.
Yeah.
I was picturing you just going, whack. My head's out.
Yeah, everything was just lining up.
I was thinking, like, the thing you keep saying, you're like, I can't pull off the time thing. And I was like, I've just given it.
Yeah, that was
accident.
it.
That was the word. Once again, we both reach. Yeah. I did 2 or 3 defenses, and then it was a pause, and then we both did attack. Yeah. And once again, as I went in, I did the fake, and then as that looked around, if I just went towards the hand and forced it to do it.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything decent. Your hands were right in front of me.
Yeah.
I suppose I just need to go straight down on.
Well, even if if your hands are like here as
Yeah,
well.
about there.
Yeah.
That's why I just went off.
No, but even then, I'm like, if you did the same thing and you had your hands up, I would just get my hand off the line and borderline just go bump like a katana, because it's like 2-hand close range. Can I almost do like a bending hill block and do like perpendicular, get that forearm, turn your circle, get behind and clamp it, and if you pull back, jump on the wrist. Yeah. Once again, I think we did the right thing. We got closer. We kept the offense back, we thinking defense, but then after 2-3 beats, we had to pause and we both went now.
Yeah, we're
So double clash because we both fought offense. Yeah. Defensive mindset. I can maybe try katana in a minute. Yeah. But I think that might help a bit with this at the moment. I think if it was more footwork and baiting, you get that from knife, but I think a bit more of the like parries and deflections and close range is good from katana. Okay. I can still do a few more minutes of this, but
Oh, mercy. Yeah. Right, just keep going.
then you did 2 vertical.
Yeah.
Then you got to turn your spine over more.
I needed to turn the head more.
So I think you're going like this, but as
Yeah.
I step it's like it.
Yeah.
But if you turn it more flat.
Also, just my head movement.
Yeah, it is very
I'm very,
simultaneous.
yeah. Oh, in the middle.
No, you're good, you're good.
I'm ready to do that.
Alright, I'm gonna change my style for a sec.
Yeah. Yes, that's safe already.
Yeah. I thought once again, it's what I was talking about before, that I usually get way better movements and better setups if I'm a bit more looser,
Yeah.
a little bit more flow, way more footsteps. And then off one of these, you're going to get surprised.
Yeah.
If I randomly just go spine and step forward, yeah, I just find yourself like, I can disarm, I can actually disarm. What the hell? It's like,
Yeah,
do the punny It's like,
yeah, you're over it.
I realized I grabbed it and had that, and I was like, oh, I can just keep going. But that's what I mean, I'm like, I would never have been able to get that touch or that grip before, because we're in front and we're both realizing,
Yeah,
we're trying to pull back and going, and no one's really leading.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna flow. You're gonna get used to these ranges and longer moves, and then all of a sudden you just step in all of a sudden, and it just changes the range and startles people. But as I step in, I start to think what we're doing for the first 10, 15 here, where I go, it's for defense. And once I'm behind you, don't just go for the kill. I need control.
Yeah.
That's what I did there with the hand. I was like, I could just go here and whack. But I was like, I'd rather get this, and I was like, oh, that's way better.
Yeah. Well, it still gave you a chance.
Yeah, I was going to feed it through and then go down onto it.
Yeah.
But then I realised I had the grip, and I was like, oh, I
Keep going.
yeah. Something I always try to get, but don't expect to get.
No,
it
it was
was a very low percentage move.
very random sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, the flow thing has been better.
I'll look it on.
Nice. I think this one, I don't know.
That's one I could read.
Yeah. Once again, did hands before feet, and then it's made.
Yeah, it's just
Like
like
nearly everything else I've attempted was at least a real threat. And once that's one of the first times I've done it, and gone, oh, I didn't step first, but then it has to be the feet first. So interesting. So obvious now when you don't do it.
Oh yeah, you just go.
And I keep saying to the black belts, I'm like, if you guys are going 1 for 1, and you realise it's umpagada, 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 and I'm like, it's feet. It's not the hands.
And you can see it so easily.
And someone with timing can beat someone with feet, but if no one has the feet beats everyone.
Yeah.
And timing's the top thing. That's what the masters have. That's why the old guys can beat the young guys. But the footwork's the most important thing behind timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was Mom Rummy always saying? Measurement and timing. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we could get around that. Yeah, stuck in the circle. Once again, though, we're thinking a lot more defense. Doing way more counters than fakes. Nice, took off all my fingers.
Yeah.
I hesitated and then went, oh, we're doing this, but I extended with my hands again.
Yeah.
Once again, if like as we've done that and you've rolled around that, if I've done it with my body, I actually probably would have got your fingers, but I've done this. And as I've done it, it's turned and gone awful.
Well, I did a broken rhythm.
Yeah.
I was like you, halfway.
For a second, I extended.
Yeah, and I stopped.
Yeah.
So it was that.
You didn't look like you were super tight, but it looked more like you lent. It didn't look like you extended either. It looked like you lent it. It looked like I punched out. Yeah. So interesting. The feet.
Yeah, don't go in around. I'm going to go and drag him out there now. Because I thought, oh, I'll drag him out.
I was thinking, I'm like, I should probably do a few more like actual attacks. You're good.
No, it's a planting. You know, you can drag them out, but just that reverse.
Yeah.
I planted for a second.
Well, so I think I plant less on the knife because I have nothing to hide behind, so your footwork and hand movement's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe we should switch out and try a little bit of knife or katana.
Okay.
Alright. I feel like katana you can get more of the close range, forearm bumps, and a lot more like things with your weapon, like blocks, spines. You can do the extended combos are longer with the katana.
Yeah.
Knife though, because you're not using the weapon as much, you get really good movement.
Oh, you're on top.
And like your footwork and timing and measurement gets really good.
Okay.
So which one do you reckon first? I'm good for either.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do knife.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright.
Cheers.
So interesting. Well, once again, I think we're on the right path. We're just going to keep tweaking it.